Welcome, everyone, to Season 3, Episode 16 of
Whoop, whoop.
The Cosmere Reads. Woo!
Wait, what episode are we up to now? 82,
One,
3?
two, something like that. This is 81.
81, okay.
81.
Got it. I got off.
81. Yep. So, yep. Almost coming up to the big Honda at some point.
Are we
Be
gonna
here
have
before
a
you know it.
party?
Are we going to have
We
a party?
should.
Yeah, we
should.
got
Have a party.
When is episode
actually,
100?
let's see. Right around then. No, you're not going to be here yet. No, you will have already come and gone.
No, I'm not probably gonna do that.
No,
no,
it would
I'm
be
sorry.
July.
Oh, yeah, I kind of got that feeling you were not going to come
I
back.
know it was coming. It was
I knew that
coming.
was going to happen. But it's going to definitely be after
It'll be
Jordan
July.
Con.
July.
Yeah.
July,
Mhm.
August, depending if you miss a week or
Yeah.
something. But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I know
Yep.
it was building up though.
it's getting there.
But
Yeah.
that I do have a Jordan Con ticket, which I was gonna talk to Alan about earlier about maybe doing a giveaway.
Did they let you transfer Jordan Con tickets?
They
I know they don't let you
do.
do that for.
Yeah,
WatCon.
JordanCon, you can do transfers. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Okay, we can do a giveaway.
And I'm super bummed about it, so we don't have to dwell on that right now. We can figure that
yeah,
out
we can
later.
figure that out. But it's coming up soon. It's like a month away.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, what, end of April?
Yeah,
Oh,
like third week of
okay.
April. Something like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
maybe
like
we'll
April
do-
24th.
Maybe we'll
weekend.
do a JordanCon ticket giveaway. We did it in the past. We had an extra ticket, or we had extra tickets because we got media passes one year, and
Cool.
and we never reapplied for those because we did nothing. Like I felt like a complete waste of a human being because we got media passes and like I had all these plans to like do media coverage of it and post a bunch of stuff, and then like got there and my batteries died and like one of my equipment messed up, and then like it was the first time we went to or something like that, so like had no idea what to expect. It probably should not have applied for media pass our first time going because it's like, you know, we were trying to do media stuff and then like it turned out like crappy quality, so like we just made like a blog post at the end and it was the most crappy like high school project just trying to get like credit type thing.
That's funny.
You know, like just trying to get the
Funny.
check mark. Like
yeah.
and that's what it
Yeah,
ended up
I
being.
remember
I was
that.
like, I
Oh,
just
wow.
feel like I just used you guys for free tickets, and that was not the case. I was
Oh,
really
no.
to try to do something, but
Uh-huh.
it just everything like it was a comedy of errors type thing, and I was just like, all right. So the next year, like
Gotcha.
Chris was like, "We get free passes again." I was like, I'm not even applying, dude. I feel so bad about last year. Like I'm not applying.
Yeah.
They might give us
Yeah,
free
yeah.
passes to reply again, but I'm not even gonna do it. Like I know.
What were the expectations of? I mean, what were you really?
The whole thing is they don't give you much direction though. Like, and that was my one complaint was like, yeah, you apply for the media pass. It's like we want you to like boost it up on social media and stuff like that, and like
Sure.
share it, but they didn't like. There's no like quotas or like anything you had to do. Like they were just like, send us whatever media you have so we can put it together and put it on our website. And I was like, here's some pictures I took.
Wow.
Like,
Oh man.
like,
Okay, well, I gotta say, Alan, I really think if we were to coordinate, I think next year we could make that happen.
oh, we could actually do it now. Now that I've been a few times,
but I've
like,
already
I know
paid.
it's,
I
I
mean-
could do media if I wanted to. Like,
Yeah,
but the
I
whole
mean,
thing is,
but-
I also realized I don't necessarily want that experience. So, like, I don't know. Maybe. I mean, you gotta get free
I
passes.
would want that experience just to kind of get exposure to all the things. Like
Yeah,
I would
and
love
you
to use that as an excuse for me to like wander into
get-
like all the different sessions and talk to different
Mhm.
people
Yeah, you get
just
the
to get to
media
know the
ribbon.
landscape.
Yeah, you get the media ribbon so you can actually get in.
Yeah, you do great at that, Alondo.
Yeah, I would like to do that. I mean,
And they
Yeah.
have,
and
they
not
have-
this year, but like next year or something, just to have a different perspective on things, because
Sure.
I mean I met a lot of people, a lot of different, again, perspectives and different
Yeah.
levels of reading and blah blah blah. I love interviewing people and hearing their stories and like how they
Yeah.
got into it and why they're into it and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's so much fun meeting all the people that have gone for like 20 years. To
Oh my gosh,
Jordan
yeah, and then
Cons,
like
there's
these
so
people who
many
have met
amazing
each
stories.
other and they're like lifelong
Yeah.
friends now
Yes.
and all this kind of
Yeah.
stuff. I
People that
love
have,
that
like, been
stuff.
married through it. Like,
Hey,
Oh,
we
yeah,
saw an
yeah.
engagement. Yeah.
Yeah, that was fun.
There's
Love all
also some
that.
really fun like drama too when you really get into it.
And that's every community you ever get into.
Yeah.
It's like when you first get into it, it's like you see all the friends and all the
Uh-huh.
camaraderie and stuff. And then once you start deep
Yes.
diving, that's when you start finding out, well, so-and-so don't like so-and-so. And they did the thing and they
Yeah.
pissed the person off and the thing. And it's like, uh-oh. That's when you know you've gotten into that level of the iceberg where you've gotten
Yes,
down
the good stuff.
into the deep
Yeah.
water and you're like starting to understand some stuff you probably didn't want to know.
Yeah, it's so
Yeah.
fun. Especially like
We're-
the smoke pit. Like that's the place to go find out all the
Mhm.
dirt.
Yeah.
All the dirt, huh?
All
All
the
the
dirt. I don't
dirt.
smoke, but I hang out there
Hang on the
just for
smoke
the
pit, yeah.
stories.
So other news, this is the last week I can record here because this day next week, Monday next week, we start renovations. So it starts. And it's why I'm not going to cons this year either, because it's a 4-month project and it'll be running into both WatCon and JordanCon. So my house is under renovation and trying to leave and go on vacation to a con when my house is being renovated. Probably not the best idea.
So it's just gonna be me then, huh?
WatCon, but I
What?
don't know.
So it's just gonna be me then, huh?
Orlando, I'm so sorry.
I
there's
gotta
there's
hold
other
it
people
down.
there.
Sometimes.
There's other
Huh?
people, I think. Other people will be there, I think. I mean, not
No,
from.
no more wheel reads.
I will
Cosme
need
reads
everybody
through.
that's there to hold me down, help me
The
out, all that
fans.
kind of good stuff. Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah,
Oh, like
there'll
I
be-
would do
there'll-
that
there'll-
anyway.
There'll be people you
It's
met
just
from
gonna
last
be
year
me.
there. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not a babysitter.
I'm just gonna walk around with a sign on me that says "Helpless puppy."
There was one year where Ian didn't go, and then Chris like only showed up for like an hour, and I was there. But there's one year like that. Like,
Mhm.
Chris, you remember that? I was there, pretty much there by myself because Ian didn't show up.
Yeah, but you had us. You had your
Yeah, but
mod.
Alonda has you guys too.
Yeah.
I wouldn't
Orlando
recognize
doesn't
my
have
mods.
anyone now.
I wouldn't
There'll be-
recognize my mods if I saw them in the street.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Is Amis going this year?
No.
No. Is anybody going?
No.
Okay. It's Delusions going.
The whole conference might just be
No
me.
delusions. I'm not going now.
It might just be me wandering around the halls by myself.
DT will be there.
No.
No, he's not. He's not going.
So
Oh wow. Okay. So you want to give away your ticket too? I don't know who's
I
going.
know we're
then.
really selling it. Jordan
Man, I already locked in my hotel and my airfare, man. That's a whole lot I had to give up.
Oh man.
Yeah, I could trade my ticket, but there's no way I could trade. Well, I could cancel my hotel room.
You can probably convince Ian to go. I mean, if you give him a ticket.
I'm not going to stress it. I mean, look, if I go, I mean, what, I can go sit in panels. I can, sit in the back of a room. I can listen to what's going on.
Mhm.
I know they don't have the hospitality room, but they're still going to have the dance and stuff.
Yeah.
And,
Oh yeah.
yeah. So if nothing else, I will sit at the bar, and I'm sure
Yeah,
everyone's going to
cool.
have like little lanyards on. I'll chit chat
Yeah.
with people at a bar. So I'm
Many people.
not super stressed about it.
Sure.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
All right.
Yep.
Cool. Well, enough of the housekeeping stuff. Let's talk about the Way Kings.
Okay.
These are super happy chapters, right?
This
I mean,
guy.
the first one wasn't. Wait.
The first one's not bad.
One of them
okay.
wasn't that bad.
Yeah. 42. Beggars
Second
and
one.
barmaids. Like a high storm, regular in their coming, yet always unexpected. That's all. That's the epigraph. It's super cryptic. Doesn't mean anything. Yeah.
I'm trying to remember why this chapter is named Beggars and Barmaids.
I don't know. A
It's
lot of
not
jam
coming to
talk.
me.
Yeah. So Shallan tells Yasna that she thinks she was technically right to kill the Footspads, but still acted immorally and unethically. They kind of get in a little talk about that.
It was a little ambiguous at the beginning. It almost made it sound like they were talking about something else, and you didn't know what
Yeah.
they were actually referring back to. And I was like, that was kind of well played because you're
Mhm.
still kind of on the, you're on the anxietal fence
Oh, sure.
about whether or not Yasmin's figured things out, right?
Right.
So,
Yeah. And
That was
and
entertaining.
Shallan's not even sure either. I mean, it's been 2 weeks since she stole the Soulcaster, and Yasna hasn't reacted at all. And she's really thinking, like, did I get away with this now? Like,
Or is Yasna just like playing her? Or then she even starts thinking, did Yasna put the? Did she
Yeah.
swap
Yeah.
This-
just for her to swap it back?
that you know,
Yeah.
that I know, that we know, that
Because you know that I know that you know.
you know.
I'm just trying
Yeah,
to kick it with
you
you.
said that last week, Alondo. Like, what if she
Mhm.
did this on purpose? This little swap thing, and now
You know, I wouldn't put it past her. I mean,
Yeah.
she's got that kind of confidence, and her confidence obviously has nothing to do with the Soulcaster.
Yeah.
It's just her. It's her personality. It's who she is. It's her research. It's her methodical way of handling things. So she's not defined by her possession of this
Yeah.
item. So,
Yep.
and she's wicked smart, isn't that what they say?
She's,
In,
she's wicked smart. Wicked smart.
wicked smart.
But yeah, she's trying to get the Soulcaster to work too, and she can't figure it out. And she's been like working for a long time. So she kind of takes a break, decides to start sketching, doing some drawings. And then as she's drawing, she hears a voice say, "What are you?"
So
She's
who
like,
that?
"What the
super creepy.
fuck?" Super creepy.
Literally, that's all I can think of. Who that?
Who
I
dat?
was like, okay.
So do you think this is real, or do you
And
think this is
it didn't say who are you. It
No, it
said
said,
what
what
are
are
you?
you? Mm-hmm.
And I was like,
Which is kind
that
of
sounds like
offensive.
something that's outside of a being of our type of being. It's outside of the race.
Yeah. Or is it in her head? She hearing voices.
What's in your head?
Zombie.
You ever heard voices before? Like had extreme like deep sleep deprivation or something like that, or something like where you started hallucinating, hear voices?
We had this conversation, Alan, and I don't want to freak myself out again, but I told you about that sleep paralysis thing, and I saw
Yeah.
like a being like floating over
Yeah.
me. That,
Yeah.
I have nightmares about that nightmare kind of thing. So
Yeah.
that was the last time that happened to me, and it was so friggin' real.
I
And it messed
remember
with me.
Yeah,
in
I've
college.
had that like sleep paralysis, but I've never like heard voices. I don't think.
Yeah,
It
one
would
time
spoke to me.
The only time I ever
like,
did was
guttural
like
thing.
freshman year in college, cramming for finals and like being on a like 3-day, 4-day Adderall binge, trying to study like crazy and not sleeping for like days. And then
Mhm.
on like the last day, I'm like at night trying to like my laptop in my lap, sitting in my room, trying to study and trying to read. And then could have sworn I heard someone talking out in the hallway. And like look at the hallway, no one's out there. And like went back, heard them talking again. And I was like, this is all in my head. I need to go to sleep. Like,
Sleep
Mm.
deprivation is a mug, though. And I had
Yeah.
a couple instances with insomnia. And anybody who's seen that movie Insomnia knows it messes with you. It's like your mind is playing tricks on you. You think you've done things you haven't done.
Mhm.
Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
It is the weirdest and worst
Yeah.
things.
4 days without
Yeah.
sleep. I think it was like 4 days without sleep. And
Yeah, man. You start
then I
getting that
slept for
kind
like
of time.
then I slept for like 48 hours straight. Like I went to sleep
Right.
and didn't wake up for like
Right.
48 hours. I was like,
Yep.
Little mini
dead.
coma.
Yeah, a little
And
mini
for me,
coma.
and the thing is, for me, it'll just happen randomly. Like it'll just be like a Tuesday, and I
Yeah.
can't sleep that night. Then I'm up for
Yeah.
work the whole day, and then I'm like
Yeah.
overtired, and then I try to
can't
go to
sleep.
sleep that night. Can't go to sleep. I'll even try to exercise or something. Nope.
Yeah.
I will stay up the whole next night, and the next day I'm like, I'm supposed to be at work. I'm basically a zombie now, and then
Yeah.
middle of the day I'm
Speaking
like, I just have to just clock out because then all of a sudden
Yeah.
I just pass out.
Speaking of sleep
That's brutal.
deprivation, we did spring forward with our daylight savings time, so everything is really, really tiring right now. Lose an hour of sleep. It's been rough. Today was rough. I don't know about you. It was rough for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was a
Oh,
while
yes.
ago.
What?
What are you talking about?
But the clock's changed on Sunday. Today's
Yeah,
Monday.
It feels like it was forever ago.
It was yesterday.
Whatever.
What is your life?
Yeah, who are you?
My life is obviously just a string of hard work. We had a major upgrade I had to do this weekend, so basically I had to work late and all that kind of stuff. It was nothing to me. I was like, whatever.
Fun times.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's see. Where were we? What are you? A maid then cracks the door open and comes in, and Shalon convinces herself she must have interpreted some random sounds by the cleaning people as words. And then she starts to scold the maid for being in Yasna's room. Like, didn't you know you're not supposed to be in here? Like, no one's supposed to be in here. Like,
Well, she wasn't really scolding. She was just kind of warning him, like, hey,
yeah.
hey, don't do that. He's going to figure shit out.
Yep.
But then she uses the opportunity to go with peeking around in a room.
Yeah.
Which I didn't quite get the time frame of that. I don't think it was something about the way it was phrased or something. I didn't understand. I was like, when did she do this? So she was like, okay.
This is right after she heard the voices and the door opens up and a maid comes in.
So then she tells the maid, you need to go apologize to Yasna right now.
Right.
And then she used that opportunity to go run to Yasna's room, I guess, to go like peep around and snoop around.
Well, she's hoping to find notes on soulcasting. So she's snooping around looking for notebooks to try to figure out how to use a soulcaster.
But I thought that this is the part that didn't quite mesh up with me, logically. It was like, okay, if she's going to go bring attention to that she was in her room, why run up to her room right then?
No, she was already in her room. She was
no. Why did she Shalon go to Yasna's room in that moment? Because I was like,
it was weird, wasn't it? Like,
isn't it like
she
really
heard the voice walking into her own room, and then all of a sudden a maid was gonna walk into her room, and then all of a sudden, Shalon's like, "Were you in Yasna's room?" Yeah, like why would she even ask that? Like, it was weird.
The whole thing was like just really oddly cadenced, and so I was like, I didn't understand. And then to say, oh well, you need to go apologize to Yasna right now, let her know what you did, but then I'm gonna go up to her room while you're doing that, knowing that there's a good possibility that Yasna's gonna be like, well, let me go make sure you didn't move my stuff around. I'm like, aren't you really opening yourself up to getting caught?
Yeah, or getting that lady in trouble.
The whole thing was just really, I don't know. I couldn't logic my head around it. So maybe everybody else out there is seeing it a different way than I.
I need a blueprint of the. I need a blueprint of the living quarters, because it's like if their rooms are adjoined.
How far away was she?
If the rooms are adjoined, that makes more sense. If it's like
Okay, Alan, you got a point there. If the rooms are adjoined, then easy peasy.
It makes more sense. Like, oh, did you just go to Yasna's room? Were you in Yasna's room?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But then maybe that was.
I need a blueprint. I need to know.
Agree. A blueprint would
Not
help.
enough information.
Yeah. Not enough information. Yeah.
Just like about how the soulcasters look.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Which Alan shows us a soulcaster, and I've been thinking the whole time it's basically like a huge little gym.
Like Pythos uses this. Like this gives her an excuse to go move stuff because she can just blame on the maid.
So I get that. What I didn't understand though is if you knew you're giving her the ammunition to go tell Yasna that you're gonna be in the room,
staying in a room in Yasna's suite. Okay,
that makes sense.
Okay, so sweet.
Yeah, that would make sense then.
Now, if
she's Yasna's ward, that would make sense for her to be in the same
It would make sense. I mean, because it's basically like she's not like a servant, but she's just like an apprentice.
Yeah. Right.
You'd want your apprentice close. Okay. And then that means basically for her, it's just like walk out of her room and just like right next door, All
right. But as she's looking for this, she finds some random notebooks focused on stuff that she's not looking for, like Natan and the Unclaimed Hills and Shutter Plains. A couple of notes about something called Urithiru and Voidbringers, and she's like, why wouldn't Yasna have anything like this? Like, she's not religious. Why would she have things about like fables? And then there's a knock on the door, and it is boyfriend Capsule coming in with some jam.
It got real flirty in this episode.
Oh, it's getting real overt now.
With some bread and jam.
If it was being subtle like 10, 20 chapters ago, it's it's all in the open. Now he's talking about losing his religion for her and stuff. I'm like, oh, this guy.
Yeah, he starts flirting. He starts leaning on thick.
Yeah, real thick, like that jam.
Thick like that jam.
And he even implies that he might leave the Ardentia for her. Like, he even implies that. Yeah, he's. But Shallan's like, let's talk about Jasnah instead.
Change the subject.
And then he reveals his initial plan was to get Shallan to help him steal the Soulcaster. But his superiors, but his superiors disapproved.
It wasn't really his plan. It's just something. It was a notion he had. He was like, I was going to float something out there, you know. But that he knew that wasn't going to get approved. Who was going to stamp that?
Well, he's being pretty loose-lipped about things, like, you know, talking about how they were worried about Elhokar might start a war with Kharbranth.
He's spilling all the secrets now.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that jam must have some liquor in it because he's got all the truth serum in him now.
Yeah, it was truthberry jam, right?
Yeah, and Shallan starts to ask him too, like, how to use Soulcasters. He's like, oh yeah, you have to tap the gem here and touch it there, and then and then that works.
Yep. And then she's like, well, that's not the way that Jasnah uses it.
Is it? Mm-hmm. What do you think about
that? I think her explanation is right, though. It reminds me, and I know I keep referring back to other series and stuff like that, but I think about Harry Potter. You know, like how in the beginning you have to say a specific phrase, and the wand wave is really important.
Leviosa, not Leviosa.
And then, of course, you start getting later in the books, and now they're starting to like throw spells without even saying the actual spell out loud, things like that. And you can tell they're not really, the wand waving isn't as important. It's just like point, and your spell happens.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's what's happening with Jasnah. She's probably just so advanced now that she can kind of do some like stuff almost instinctually that the average person would have to work hard at.
Right. Yeah. Cool. Let's see what else is there. Capsule leaves. Shallan returns inside, finding a note from Captain Tosbeck, informing her that he will arrive in 1 week. And she wants to study as much as possible before leaving. So she goes back to Jasnah to read. And that's how we end this chapter.
Now, is that the same person that she was on the boat with before?
Yes.
Yep.
Oh, okay. I assumed that, but I couldn't remember his name. So
now with the same thing I asked, I was asking in my head too. And then I was like, I know I can remember his name. Then it took me a second. And then I can't remember what the mnemonic was I used. And I was like, I remembered his name because it sounded like something else. But I kept wondering, I was like, how did these notes get passed without possibly, safely, without being intercepted? Or
we have what's it called? Span reads, and we also,
but she has a span read connection to his wife. Maybe. Because it would have had to go to his wife, right?
Right. Carrier pigeon.
Put in the right fax number.
Smoke singles.
And does he even have a span read on the boat?
I don't know. Yeah.
Actually, can a span read operate on a boat? Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
Yeah, does it need to be connected with a landline?
When was the fax invented?
Wasn't it in like the 1960s? It was like a lot earlier than I thought it was, but it didn't come to like popularity until like...
No, so the first ever true fax machine was actually invented in 1843.
1843.
With using telegraphs.
Oh, that's right. I know it came around much earlier than when they came into vogue.
Yeah, so
but it's because the technology was so slow, though.
The joke was that actually, because the first ever transatlantic line was laid before the Civil War in America, that technically speaking, Abraham Lincoln could have sent a fax to the samurai. Could have.
Where's that movie?
I think
Abraham Lincoln, Samurai Warrior. That's the movie we need to see.
Have we talked about it here, or have we talked about that?
It sounds like something we had a conversation about, doesn't it?
Okay.
We've also planned the movie.
We've already planned the movie.
Did we plan the movie?
Yeah.
All of this checks out, by the way. We are definitely we are of a certain ilk. You can definitely tell.
Let's see. There's a whole entire truth or fiction. So technically true. Abraham Lincoln could receive a fax. Could have sent a fax to Samurai. It is, the technology was there and the lines did connect. But that would have been interesting.
Yeah, to see Abraham Lincoln just post up, bandana around,
katana.
he just goes in.
Yeah. Would have been a different, a whole different war. Oh, sure.
Yeah, different vibe.
Different vibe. Yeah.
Yes.
So anything else from this
timeline?
Yeah. Anything else from this chapter before we move to chapter 43?
So we still don't know why it was called Beggars and Barmaids.
Barmaids.
There was like a little toss-up comment about going to spend time with beggars and barmaids or something.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Like,
because I did not remember that. Okay.
Yeah.
It was like a line, I think, or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It was like a joke line that Shallan said, I think, probably to Capsule.
Yeah. Capsule.
That definitely
Shallan
checks
being
out.
Shallan, being sassy.
Yeah, she's good for that.
So moving on to chapter 43, the wretch. The wretch.
I was gonna say, I thought you said
there's no end. There's no end. The wretch. They lived out in the wilds, always awaiting the desolation, or sometimes a foolish child who took no heed in the night's darkness. Yeah, whatever that means. So we're back in Kaladin's point of view. Kaladin wakes up and he's in depression mode.
Mm-hmm. Emo Kaladin's back.
Emo Kaladin's back.
Emo Kaladin, that's right. He's got the hair flip. He's like, don't talk to me. I'm dealing with some things,
Yeah. He realizes all the bridgemen are just bait. I'm destined to die. We're all going to die anyway. Doesn't matter.
But he's known that since the beginning. So this is the part where I was like, it's not new. I mean,
I think he gave.
People watching people die left and right, but now
he had this little.
He had hope.
He had the conversation. I know. He had the conversation, and it was like, you know how it is. It's like something's got to be like said right in your face, and then you're like, man.
Yeah.
I was in denial until you said it out loud, man. And now it's like he's like, I gotta face the music about what the situation is that we're in, and it is a terrible situation, unfortunately.
Yeah. Yep, and he finds the rest of the men all lined up, ready for practice, and he's like, they're all like gun ho, like, all right, let's get ready to practice, and he's like getting ready to tell them how useless it is to practice, and like just pretty much verge of giving up, and that's when Bright Lord Mattel and his wife Hushal show up, the new replacement for Lamaril. But his wife Hushal, the wife of the Bright Lord, speaks first for her husband. And tells Kaladin that it's given him another chance to prove himself a bridgeman, nothing more. And there's a whole interchange here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. She is callous.
Yeah.
It's like, and someone says, "You're speaking to us," and she's like, "My husband is too well respected to speak to the likes of you." So
mm-hmm.
I'm handling his light work for him. Handle the light.
Right.
That woman wears the pants in that relationship.
Yep. She wears the pants and the gloves.
And the glove. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, so she just smacks him down, basically. With the thing that smacks him down is just how succinct she is. She's like, I'm not going to mince words with you. She's like, I'm not going to have people visiting you and you becoming like some type of idol or some like attraction. And I'm going to make sure that you guys go down in the chasm every day because that makes things easier. There's no rotations. Goodbye.
Yeah.
She's
like, and then Kaladin out loud just says like, well, if he's so powerful and so great, why is he running bridge crews? Like, must be great. And Hashala is just like, all right, beat him. And Kaladin catches the spear and goes through the entire battle in his head. It kind of like reminds me of like
it was totally Sherlock.
Sherlock Holmes, Robert Downey Jr. Sherlock Holmes scene is like,
2
punches to the kidney, one to the kneecap, and then
take out their knees.
Yeah,
grab that spear, stop this guy. Yeah.
Or the end of Twilight when they were gonna battle, and then they like had the battle in their minds. They were like, nope, we're not gonna battle. It's gonna be terrible for everybody involved.
Yeah.
That's as much as I know about Twilight, by the way.
I didn't get that far.
I didn't get that far
either. I only know that from the movie ending thing. So
making it all the way through Twilight.
Hey, I actually got to admit, I skipped most of those movies. I just watched the end, and I watched the first one, and I watched the end of the last one, just because I heard the battle was kind of cool. Even though it actually happened in their minds, and I was like, "Oh, okay, let me just see this battle," and I watched it. I was like, "Okay."
So this was years ago, before I even met my wife. I wanted a date with a girl and went to the movies and let her pick the movie. She picked the Twilight movie, but we got so drunk before we went that I actually passed out. I woke up and the credits were rolling. I'm like, oh, cool, awesome movie.
Heck, I've done that to so many movies, especially when I was dating. Oh my god!
The only Twilight movie I ever saw in theaters. No. I saw it was opening night, and I saw Twilight in theaters. I saw the credits. It's like the first scene. Like,
if anybody knows Keanu Reeves movies, there's this movie like I think it's called November Sky. That was a date movie. I fell asleep. That thing came up, was like November Sky, and I fell asleep.
Charlize Theron and Keanu Reeves. Yeah.
Is that who's in that? Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't remember that movie at all because I was like on a date. I was like, I'll watch this. Yeah. I'm a rom-com guy, but I'm not like a dramatic, romantic guy. So you go on this thing, and I was like, okay, let's go check this.
Oh my god! Wow, Alonzo.
Now, of course, I wasn't snoring. I was just sitting there, just like, this is good. That kind of thing.
Great. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, things are changing after Kaladin catches Sphere. He realizes that this is probably a bad idea. So he ends up just letting him get beat a little bit. And then she informs him that from now on, they're just going to be doing chasm duty. That's all they're doing.
Right.
So if it's not bad enough that that bridge runs will kill you, the chasm duty is like the most dangerous one because eventually they get eaten down there if they don't die on the bridge crew. So it's like, we'll make sure you die one way or the other.
And I had to be reminded about how bad chasm duty was. I'm glad he wrote it up that way because it's like I was like, well, they went the last time; it wasn't that bad.
Yeah, but
then I had to be reminded about how bad it would be, and I was like, oh, that's right.
I confused it with
through chasm fees come through.
Yeah,
I thought they were going to get rocks again, so I was like, oh, they can like get the knobweed or whatever, and it'll be fine. This works out actually, but it was digging through corpses that are half rotted and in pieces and chewed on, and it's nasty.
Yeah, it is definitely nasty.
Yeah,
rough stuff.
But yeah, so the next scene, Kaladin's climbing down to the chasm, and Syl's there talking to him. And it's like, why aren't you happy? Like, you survived. You should be happy. And he's like, yeah, don't care anymore. And she's like, yeah, but you help protect your men. And he's like, yeah, but that's not what we're supposed to do. And she's like, I remember helping people kill people sometimes.
I remember scaring people.
I remember that.
I think it was funny when she said that too. I helped kill some people.
I helped kill some people.
Yeah. Her optimism is my optimism this whole chapter too. I was like, but you survived. You did the thing. You should be happy. You should be. And he's like, nah, I'm kicking rocks. I don't care. And I'm like, oh,
he's such a 19-year-old dude.
Oh yeah. He's definitely the Charlie Brown of this episode. He's just like,
yeah, and Rock and Tef keep coming up to him and trying to like talk to him, and he's just like, yeah, the fight's over, it's done. Like, there's nothing to do, and being Debbie Downer. Yeah, they find a pile of bodies. They get to work. Tef stops by, asks him what's next, and Kaladin just angrily replies, "There is no hope." Some of the men.
He's like, that's not the question.
Yeah. But then Tef says, Teth argues about it's not about surviving, and then quotes Journey Before Destination. And he's like, "What's that?" He's like, "That's an old Radiant oath." And yeah, Journey Before Destination.
Yeah, and then Syl.
Yeah, and Syl likes it. Encourages Kaladin not to give up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Sigzil comes in with the rest of the quote.
Yeah. Sigzil comes in with the rest of the hit. Oh yeah, that's what the Radiants used to say. Blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Hold on, let me just refer to my middle mind what that whole quote was.
I like that. I like the overlap.
There you go. Yeah. And yeah, so Kaladin, slowly warms up and thinks, well, fine, we'll try again. We're gonna find a way to escape. So how about this? Picks up a spear. He's like, we're gonna learn how to fight. And he's like, how are we going to get away? He's like, he lays out his whole plan, basically say, we'll be able to get to a guard outpost and then we'll have to keep on running. And they'll send, the first wave they send, they'll send a few people and we'll be able to take them. But then, it'll end with a bunch of people chasing us down. So we probably won't survive this, but hey, there might be a chance. And Rock's like, ooh, I can cook for you guys. And he's like, wait, you're like our biggest guy. Right? Oh, no, fighting's beneath me. It's beneath me.
I don't be doing that fighting thing.
I don't do the fighting thing, but I'll cook for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're running away.
Yeah, I'll cook for you and I'll shave your faces.
They're planning to run. So.
I'm just waiting for the next chapter that we have Kaladin, and he's shaved his face now because he's the only one that has the scruffy beard, and I think it's because he just doesn't care. So I'm like, as soon as he shaves his face, that's our symbol. He's back on.
Right. Yeah, because right now he doesn't care about his appearance. I mean, but
no.
Yeah.
Who would at this point in time?
Everyone else, apparently.
Well, but he's the one that's brought civility to them. He's kind of put them in a situation where they feel like they want to be, cultured and refined a little bit more than what they had been.
Since we finally got in this Radiance sounds like stuff from a dead religion. Radiance. Yeah. Have we heard anything else about Radiance so far?
Just randomly sprinkled in, but nothing substantial.
Yeah, I was gonna say I've heard the term a few times, but I don't remember. Like anything else in these books. I mean, these terms get dropped all the time, and just unless there's some reason for me to focus on it and really put a lot of thought into it, I'm just that's another thing that you say.
Yeah. Didn't we have that vision with Dalinar? Weren't those Radiants? The girl Radiant?
The girls that came flying down. Yeah,
the Power Rangers.
The Power Rangers that came flying out when he was fighting the Shadow
Rangers. Yeah.
Yeah, those are Radiants.
And they have the disappearing face shield things. Okay. Yeah, visors. There you go.
Yeah, so we have seen them.
Yes.
And my next tattoo is going to be glyphs from that phrase. So that's what I want to get next. So I got my Mistborn one, then I'm going to get my Stormlight tattoo. Eventually get a Wheel of Time tattoo too. I don't know. I'll just get more tattoos. So be all nerded out.
Who cares about the Wheel of Time? It's so overrated.
Get that neck tattoo that you've been looking for.
Yeah, I think I'm doing the face.
Oh my gosh! Did you guys actually? I am actually super pumped about the Wheel of Time because I'm a huge nerd. But anyway, did you guys watch the episode?
I watched the episode. I did.
It was so good.
Yeah.
It was
I have not been watching.
Event.
It's not out yet. It's out on the 13th. But they did
this Thursday.
This Thursday. But they did on Saturday. Yeah, Saturday they did a sneak pre. They did the whole first episode. You could watch live, so it wasn't like you can go back and watch it again. It was just a one-time thing.
Oh, wow.
If you were there, you could.
Well, I'm sure you can. Somebody has gotten it.
Yeah, somebody probably recorded it.
Somebody screen grabbed it.
It was absolutely my favorite episode so far.
Amazing.
Oh, really?
It was so good. It had everything in it that I've always wanted.
Yes.
All the cool things I wanted to see. Well, most of them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It finally felt like the Wheel of Time.
It did.
Which I know is weird. And I know I'm supporting the show since season 1, but season 1 was it's good, but it's not great. Season 2 was okay, it's a little better, but still not great. Yeah. This was okay, this is what the show should have been all along.
Okay.
It's true.
Yeah.
Because I haven't been a fan of I'll be honest, I haven't been a fan. I mean, just flat out. And I hate to be that guy, but and it's not the changes and the swaps and like race or anything like that. For me, it's just been, it's like, it just doesn't feel
it
like
didn't feel as epic as it needs. So that's my complaint.
Right.
Like some of the, like in the first season, I know a lot of that had to do with COVID and not being able to get as many extras and things like that.
Okay.
But like there's like a battle scene and there's like 5 extras running through the forest. I'm like,
yeah, some of these scenes
like I need the epic like craziness.
Some of these escapes haven't, like when they gotten away. I mean, like the boat scene. I'm expecting like spectacle, and I'm seeing like, I'm like, that's not what I'm thinking. When I'm thinking of a world and this immense power these people have, right? So,
right,
yeah. Well, this episode was amazing.
Yeah, it was good.
Cool.
There was a lot of setup, a lot of things to be super excited about this season.
And a lot of actual, like, most of it were scenes pulled from the books, which was amazing to see, rather than a lot of creative direction that not necessarily horrible, but like there was some stuff that like there was plot problems that they had with the first one where they like the whole faking Loyal's death thing. I'm sorry, if you haven't seen the show, I'm sorry, it's like 3 years old now, but that, in season 1 where they faked Loyal's death, and I'm like, really, like that stuff just jarred me so much, and I was like,
that was dumb.
Yeah.
There was some,
and then they never explained it. They just like season 2, like, oh, he's back. No explanation.
He got stabbed with the murderiest dagger of all murders.
Daggers, where if you get stabbed with it, you're instantly dead, and there's no coming back from that. And then he's just walking the next episode, no explanation. He's just like, oh yeah, he survived. Like, what?
The thing I don't get about Amazon though is like Amazon does not know how to treat their big properties, and it's like they throw crazy amounts of money at like, like with the Rings of Power, to start off with. But I mean, the Rings of Power is not, maybe it's getting some, notoriety, what have you. But I'm like, Wheel of Time. I mean, people have read the Wheel of Time. Crazy amounts of people. That's real lore. Rings of Power is basically like an offshoot of some
they're
stuff.
Not allowed to use the books.
It's not mainstream.
They didn't have permission from Tolkien Estate to actually use.
So you're throwing money at something that you're gonna hope that people are gonna want to align with, but you've got Wheel of Time sitting right here. They're doing the same thing with Invincible. Yeah. This cartoon series based on a comic book, which has like crazy amounts of fans, and is bringing all these people in too. It's like, put the money behind that, because that's the main story.
I really want them to do Mistborn, but do it Arcane style.
Oh my god, yes!
I want. Yes. Have you seen Arcane?
Yes.
So we've had this conversation, I did add it to my queue on Netflix. I just haven't watched it yet.
So good.
Yes.
So good.
I mean, I like the art style.
Yeah, if they do Mistborn Arcane style,
man, that would be amazing.
That'd be awesome.
That would be perfection. Who do we need to write to make this happen?
Well, no, Brandon already said he loves Arcane.
Get a great showrunner to really sell, the concept.
Yeah.
And then you could probably do some amazing things. Just get the right person, and it's got to be somebody who's passionate about it. Don't get somebody who's like, this might be something that will build my career. It's like, no, just get somebody who's like, I've always wanted to do this.
Yeah.
Please give me an opportunity. I'm going to be like up all hours of the night making this thing happen. I will deliver something that you've never seen before. Get that kind of person. And get that excitement, because if you get somebody that's excited about it, it will come through on screen every single time.
I was literally teaching myself how to do animation after I finished reading Wheel of Time so that I could make Wheel of Time show.
Oh yeah, because some of the concepts are like,
and then thank God someone was like, they're making a show. I'm like, oh my God, hallelujah, I don't have to do it.
But I was shocked when I heard it was gonna be live action. I gotta be honest with you though, I was like, there's some concepts here. I'm just I'm curious how this is gonna go down. Live action,
Mistborn I think does better as anime. Like, just in my mind.
Yes,
like just the whole like Mistborn cloak flying through and like doing the crazy like metal pulling.
But it's got to be anime kind of thing going on there. Though.
Yeah, like Arcane. Arcane is action. Perfect art style.
Yeah, perfect art style for it. Yeah,
it is. It's I don't even know how to describe it. Like, it's definitely animated, but it's not anime. But it's definitely more adult animation. Like, it's not really cartoony.
Yeah. So DK's main point, the Watch Show actually did do some things better than the books. They did, but they also had some stuff that were just really bad. It's really bad decisions.
Oh, no.
Why?
I really agree. I'm very excited about season 3, though.
Yeah, so am I. All right,
that's got me excited about it now. So I'm gonna definitely be checking it because again, I had been kind of like ambivalent about the whole thing. So thank you for telling me that.
Yeah. And I couldn't get hyped with everyone. Like everybody
because
I was all like, "Oh, I'm so excited!" And we got these castings, blah blah blah. And I'm like, I can't care. Like, I'll watch it when it comes out. I'll enjoy it most likely, but
people talking about the show, and I'm like, hey, yeah, I'm okay. I've watched a little bit of the show, but I'm just not excited about it.
Because I'm like, I have the book. I know the books. I know what happens. Like, I feel satisfied. The show is just extra.
Good point. Right. Stormlight's basically ready for anime. Giant swords with multicolored hair. Yeah, it's
true. So anyway, we got distracted.
Hey, at least we're semi on topic. We're not talking about food or obscure history or something like we typically break off into these segues and I'm sorry, tangents. They're not segues, they're tangents.
Yeah.
This time we're actually staying in the lore. Generally, right? So we're better than usual. So.
If you guys want more Wheel of Time content, go check out The Wheel Reads.
The Wheel Reads. How about that?
Yeah.
In case you've never heard of it.
Tomorrow night, we'll be back on YouTube talking about something.
Tomorrow night.
Talking about the Gathering Storm. Yeah, tomorrow night. Recording it again. Yeah. And so, you guys ready for chapter 44?
Did we finish
so we're at the end of the last chapter.
Yeah, we finished it.
Okay, right. Nope, we finished it up because Rock's
like, I'll cook for you.
I'll
cook, and that's basically like the
end
of
of
the
chapter. Escape.
Yeah, they're gonna figure out a plan to escape. Chapter
now, which 44. Chapter? I feel like I was listening to it, and it's like the it used to be the obitugraphs, but now it's just like basically an epigraph. I feel like it was like really long. It like gave like all this like information about like I can't remember what it was.
Not on these ones.
Something came up in my audiobook. I was like, what the hell is it rattling off? And it's just like rattling off all these like different things. And maybe I'll listen to it and ask the question next time. But I will. Okay, I'll have to come back
this
to
one.
it.
This one is the epigraph is 5 years ago.
Yeah, but see that whatever I heard, I was like, "What the hell is it rattling off?" It's like talking about like something back in the day and something. I was like, "What in the world?" It's referring to like these old archaic texts or something.
Okay,
maybe it's just in my version. I don't know. Whatever.
Did you have insomnia again? Did you hallucinate this?
Wait, are we recording right now, or am I just having a dream about recording right now?
Maybe
that's the question.
I'm not telling you the answer.
Oh, nice. This is like
it's all
Inception.
Just
I don't just gotta watch to see if the top actually topples over.
Yeah. Let's see. Does it and it doesn't say where they're from, does it?
What are you talking about?
In the epigraphs on these ones, it doesn't say like it just says like the quote, right? Does it say where it's
I don't remember. So that's what I'm saying. I was on the bike, I listened to it, and it was like talking about some like
all right.
It was like going back into like this lore and this book and the thing and the thing.
Hold
and
on, I'll go grab the book.
Today?
Hold on.
Yeah, it was in today. And I was like, what the heck am I listening to?
I don't remember anything of that today. I remember
that's so odd. What is it? Maybe I fell asleep on the bike.
Maybe it was like when Shallan was looking through Yasna's books.
No, but it was clearly before all of that. Anyway, I'm so curious what the heck I was listening to. So now I'm going to have to go back and listen to the chapters, like the beginning of the chapters again, just to see if I can hear what the heck that was all about.
Yeah.
It was like rattling off like a whole bunch of stuff. And yeah, I know what you're talking about, though, when it starts going to like all the stuff that Yasna is talking about in her reference material.
Let's see. What chapter is this? Chapter 42. Oh no, it does actually do the whole. So like a high storm, regular, and they're coming, yet always expected. The word desolation is twice referenced in the appearance. See pages 57, 59, 56 of the Tales of Hearthlight. So it does.
Is that in the epigraph?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm not going mad. Thank you.
And then the other one was, they lived in the wilds, and it's a child's tale, yes, but this quote is from the shadows remembered, seemed to be a hint of truths to seek. See page 82, the fourth tale.
And that's not the Yasna part in the chapter. That's the beginning of the chapter,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
I kind of remember that.
I was not going crazy. So, all right.
I mostly just fade those out of my mind because
Thank you.
They don't really have anything to do with the story at the moment, and I don't know what they mean. So
I don't know what they mean either. I just feel justified in the fact that I was not going crazy. Thank you.
Yep.
Not today.
Not today. I was.
Yeah. All right. So the weeping.
The weeping.
The sad.
The weeping. Oh man. Mm-hmm. This title hits you hard once you finish the chapter, doesn't it?
I volunteer as tribute. I volunteer as tribute. This is not
if I didn't have that scene in my mind the whole time this whole thing's going down, I was like, geez, if this ain't
if this ain't Hunger Games.
Yeah.
So 5 years ago, Kaladin lays on the roof after making a temporary repair. It's the weeping, which means there's no high storms, but it's just constantly just drizzling. Just
depressing.
Yeah, just really sad. And because there's no high storms,
of course, I'm thinking the weeping, and I'm thinking the weeping is about that, right?
Yeah. No.
Into the chapter, no, the weeping is about something else.
Yeah. So, but during this time, like all the stormlight, all the spheres start to run out because there's no high storm to recharge them. So like everything starts to get darker and dimmer and dimmer and dimmer. So it's like a really just sad time, but also it's a time to like get things done because there is no high storm that you have to stop everything and hide from.
Right.
So yeah, so he's doing his repair, or Colin just got done doing some repair, and Tien comes and joins them. He's like, hey, check out what I just did. Pulls out a little carved wooden horse. He's like, it apparently looks awesome. Like perfectly carved wooden horse. Like looks amazing.
And water sealed. Because he said that there's no problem with it being exposed to the rain.
Yep. Yeah. And Kaladin's like, this is awesome. This is so cool. Like, did the master carpenter appraise you? And it's like, I mean, he said it was good, but he's also really mad at me because I was supposed to be making a chair and I made this instead.
Something functional.
Like,
right. He's like, I need a table. I need a chair. I need something else.
Yeah.
He's like, you're just making horses. Like
Tien has an artist soul. Okay. You can't tell him what to do. He's going to do whatever he wants to do.
Yeah.
That's right.
Maybe you'll get a chair. Maybe.
Oh, man. I got so many theories, by the way.
Yeah, and Kaladin's worried.
Gave me theories on theories on theories.
Yeah, Kaladin's worried also because his father had to spend another sphere, and they're running out of spheres. Their mother comes out to join them. Yep. Yeah. So one of the reasons why he spent the sphere was trying to bluff Russia into thinking they were growing desperate. So they're not really quite out yet, but they're trying to act like they're running out of spheres. That's a bluff.
Trying to placate him.
Yeah.
Which is smart, because if you let somebody think you're wounded, they'll be like, he's already suffering. I don't have to do anything else to him.
Right.
So he's basically playing him out, fading my position and being like, hey, I'm wounded. I'm having to spin my spheres, but really, he just doesn't want you to try to come at him a different way.
Right. And like being a good mom.
He gets to control it.
Yeah. And like being a good mom, Kaladin's mom asked him, do you really want to be a surgeon? Is there anything else maybe you want to do? And Kaladin's like, no, I'm good. I think that path is laid out for me. And I'm gonna honor my father's wishes and become a surgeon. That's what's gonna happen.
And which is good, because it's been a great progression where at the beginning of these flashbacks, it was really obvious that he was not completely sold on the idea. But it's like he's come around and he really means it. At this point in time, he really means, I'm going to go do this thing. I am.
Right.
Yep, it's going to happen for me. Yeah. So I appreciate the progression that happened through these chapters, these flashback chapters.
Yeah. And around this time, Lirin comes out and tells him, hey, there's a gathering in the square. There's some Bright Lord coming, so we need to go down there and check out. So
in the rain?
In the rain, yeah. And they arrive. Wow. They notice that Laurel is engaged to Roshon himself, which Kaladin's like super appalled. Like, I gotta stop that right now. And they're like, you're forgetting your station. Like that stand down, Kaladin. You're not going to do anything. Like,
yeah. Plus, he's done gained some weight, all this kind of stuff. He's gotten a little fluffy.
Mm-hmm.
He's also got a stump for a leg and what have you, but he's not looking like the best suitor.
No,
right now.
But it's it's Light Eyes. They do, sometimes they have arranged marriages for station and stuff like that.
Poor Laurel.
Yeah, but the age difference, though. Good God.
Yeah.
That's rough.
Yeah.
I
know that's
we gotta help her.
Even in real life, I mean, there's like somebody like Mary's like somebody like really young than them, but still, it's like
either become a surgeon or an emo soldier.
Dude, emo soldier.
The angsty, like, Dad, I want to be surgeon.
The angsty hair flip. Dad. What?
He's gotta cover his head brands.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why emo bangs were invented.
Yeah.
Because of the
Kaladin.
head brand. That's right. Yeah.
That's why. So Roshun announces that Amarim's here to recruit people because they need more conscripts for the war they're fighting. And they're like, well, first we'll start out if there are volunteers. And I think one or two are like, oh, volunteer. And
two of them they step up.
They step up and they're like, okay, we're good, right? We're good. And like, no, we need more than just two. So
read the list.
Yep.
Guess
read
we
the
need
list.
Your list after all.
Yep, we need your list after all. And just go ahead and read.
And of course, I'm thinking, like everybody who probably read this book is thinking, oh, he's going to read Kaladin. He's going to read Kaladin, right?
Nope. But Kaladin's protected because he's an apprentice to a surgeon. So that's.
But see, that you think that, and you're like, how closely are they going to follow this rule, this law? I mean, how much respect do they really have for the surgeon and the apprentice? Right. Do they really buy into it, or are they just kind of pseudo buy into it? Because I mean, he who's got the gold makes the law. So it's like it could be like, you know what, we rescinded that law. So guess what?
Well, the law's protected, like their family so far, right? Like they keep going back to that, and the guy has been following it.
I mean, we say that, but yet still these people are like, their friends have tried to rob them, and what have you. So
yeah,
I feel like the law is kind of on shaky territory right now.
Yeah,
that's my feelings anyway.
Yep. Yeah. So reads through the list and gets the last name, and it's Tien.
Yeah.
Gut punch.
Yeah.
Jerk face. He's like, read the first four and the last
name.
And the last.
Tien was at the very bottom of people that should at any point go to this fucking army. War.
Yeah.
And they were like incredulous, like what? Like everybody in the entire square is like turned and looked at him like,
yeah.
You gotta be kidding me. You're seeing the little scrawny kid that like scared of like faints of the blood, like to war.
What? The even clothes that are made for his size are too big. And he like, just goes, oh.
He's like, young buck, how old are you? And he's like, well, I'm 13, sir.
Yeah, we said 8-year-old.
And he's like,
army, you're fine.
And he's like, there's other kids that are younger than you, blah blah blah. And they're like, yeah, but they're like raised up to become like officers.
And they're Light Eyes. Yeah. They don't fight battle. They just sit there,
fight battles and stuff. And he's like, we'll keep him out of battle.
We're just gonna keep him into army daycare. It's fine. He'll be fine. Army he can hang out with the other kids.
He's gonna be the Fisher Price division. We're set up for him specifically. The KB Toys division of the army.
Tien, baby.
Oh man, Tien. That's rough.
Yeah. It's just his reaction though. Like
that's the scene where there's total silence and then like, holy shit.
Yeah, that checks out.
That checks out.
Yeah.
And Kaladin's like, this can't be happening. This can't be happening. Like, not my and she's Tien's face, and Tien's like petrified in fear. And like, and he's like, you're supposed to smile. You're the one who always makes me smile. I can't, like, no, this is not right. And Kaladin
they had a whole thing earlier.
Pulls up the whole Hunger Games thing. I volunteer as tribute. I'll take his place. And
boom.
Roshun's like, nope.
Can't take his place.
Can't take his place.
It's my
Wrong
choice.
book.
It's
my choice.
I hate him.
He says, well, then can I volunteer? And they're like, we need soldiers. If you volunteer, we'll take you.
Oh my goodness. And
so now they're both going.
I could literally imagine the look when that Joker is sitting there in the palanquin. He's like, I got them both. I got them both. You could just see him just stroking an imaginary a villain beard, just like
yeah.
Man, I bet Leon's wishing he let that knife slip about now.
The Way of Kings,
my goodness!
The Way of Kings came out 2 years after the Hunger Games books, but 2 years before the movie made the Lion Famous. Okay,
interesting.
No kidding. Well, so it was like right there in that moment. And of course, the Hunger Games just to rip off a battle royale. Boom! Check it, people. Movie's so good.
But I bet you that Brandon Sanderson had that written out before.
I'm sure.
Hunger Games release.
I mean, it's very tropish type scene. This
thing is a pretty. Well, yeah. There's like a million.
Yeah.
Instances.
2 years isn't that long of time when it comes to like publishing books and stuff either.
Sure.
You start talking about sci-fi. I mean, this type of. Fantasy or this type of fiction. This type of thing happens all the time. So it's not like it is very tropish. So
yeah, and it's not like he saved his little brother by volunteering either. Like they're both going to the Hunger Games.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And Lyran's and Cal's mom are just bawling, crying because
the weeping. Boom! There it is.
Lost both their kids. Like, I mean, both their kids are not going off to war. Like, this is like a parent's worst nightmare. Like for.
But Kaladin's gonna bring him back in 4 years. He's gonna bring him back.
Kaladin's gonna bring him back after his time served. Promise you, I'll bring your brother back.
Oof.
Nothing traumatic or tragic is gonna happen. Probably.
This whole scene went down. All I can think of is, that's the title is from this. You thought it was from the beginning. No, it's not from that. It's from this scene right here. And I'm like, I mean, they lost both kids in like 2 hours. They lose both kids.
Yeah.
Because basically it's like such a cute family moment before that too, with the mom being so supportive. Goodness.
Yeah, all together in the rain and the whole deal.
And the horse in his pocket. He had the horse in his pocket too. Yeah.
Kaladin was gonna go in 2 months. 2 more months.
And he was gonna
go to school.
Yep.
So close.
I know. And the mom was so excited about his future.
Oh my goodness. What an upheaval of an entire family.
Mm-hmm. All because Rashom's like,
he had to have his way. And he's like, I lost a son. You got to lose a son.
Mm-hmm.
That's rough.
Yeah.
I hate it.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, we knew this had to somehow happen. I didn't know how it was going to happen, but you knew that you knew what the end was going to be. Because he obviously moved so far away from, this want and desire to be in the army. Because he was like there for a minute there where he was talking to his friends, etc. Sure. But now, slowly but surely, he's kind of turned around. He's like, hey, I'm one certain path. I'm in it. This is going to happen. So something had to happen drastically to put him in a position where he was like, not anymore.
Yep.
And so it had to be something outside of his sphere of influence, and this is it.
Yep. This is it.
At least that's the way I assumed it was going to go down.
Right.
I didn't know it was going to go down like this.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah. I definitely don't think he expected Kaladin to step in.
But of course, all these these mantras that he always says about how he failed Tien. Of course, all of that started to make a lot more sense.
Mm-hmm.
So then my theory time is that a lot of the supernatural stuff that's happening to Kaladin is somehow related to Tien's death. And like somehow or another, Tien has like gotten some type of like spring-like capability in afterlife.
Okay. Interesting.
That is allowing him to have this type of protection on him. Kaladin did something to try to protect Tien. Tien lost his life. Tien now is somehow or another protecting Kaladin in a way that no one else is protected. It's almost like, again, I'm gonna reference Harry Potter again. It's like Harry Potter's, mom, sacrificing her life to protect Harry Potter, which allowed him not to be killed, and then become like part of Voldemort's soul, blah blah blah, or a piece of his soul to go in him. And I feel like that's the kind of thing that's happening here. That Tien somehow or another is going to die. That Tien, his force, allows Kaladin to have this type of protection, and then absorption of Stormlight. Some things like that. I don't know exactly how that's going to work out. That's my guess. That's my theory right now.
Kaladin is a Horcrux.
Nice.
He even has the scars.
He has the scars. That's right. But somehow or another, he's doing it. I have thought for a second. I was like, is there a possibility that Syl is like a variation of Tien?
Question mark?
Yeah, see, I was really kind of going there at first, and then I was like, no, I don't think it's quite
Tien soul for the win.
Yes. But I feel like there's something about his soul, and then this whole thing we talked about earlier with at the very beginning of the book, we talked about resurrection and things kind of cycling around, etc. And I'm like, Tien somehow or another he loses his soul, but
we also brought up like a couple episodes ago about how they were talking about when we talked about the poop spren, about do people have spren? No, people have a soul, right?
Right.
So that could be connected too, I guess.
Yeah. So that's kind of where I'm at right now.
Yeah.
Okay. Something. I don't know. I know I don't have all it figured out, but I'm getting close on a theory.
I can see the drops happening. Like, I can see the little tidbits of where you could get that idea. I don't hate it. There was something else I wanted to bring up from this chapter that happened way earlier, and it was right before Tien came to sit with Kaladin, and Kaladin said something about he misses the high storms because he feels like he doesn't have any energy. Did you pick up on that? It's like very early in the chapter. I was like, that's very interesting. He's talking about all of the, gems being
DK Moon,
thank you. And he's like, I don't have any energy. Or I don't have any power or whatever.
I missed part of my theory, and DK Moon actually said it. Maybe Tien is storing his soul in those rocks. He's always had this affiliation to these rocks.
Tien came over right after he said that too, and all of a sudden Kaladin feels better. Tien always makes me feel better.
Again, the rocks. I'm. That's where I'm putting my theory time. It's right in there. So.
Yeah,
that's what I got.
Very good. I like it.
Thank you.
Yep. Fun times. Well,
Alan has no comments apparently.
Nope, I got nothing.
Not even a sure.
Sure. I'll throw sure in there. Sure.
Thank you. You're so generous.
There you go. He's so generous with the hints. I tell you, this guy, he's just giving out hints left and right.
Yeah, I'll just feed into your delusion. It's fine.
Yeah,
do that forever.
Maybe Tien is storing his soul in those rocks.
Yeah, but I definitely think Tien them rocks. There's too much there.
Right.
It's so in your face. I don't know how this all works because I'm still trying to understand this world that we're in, but I feel like that's where we're going.
Okay.
That's the
cool.
path.
Cool. All right.
I mean, it might not be delusion too. Like, I don't know. I'll just feed into it no matter what.
Yep. Cool. Anything else from these chapters?
I don't think so.
Favorite character then? Favorite character?
So you said 1,000 times straight that you've gone first, and I'm like, oh, no, you don't.
Well, you're going
always
first this time.
So I will definitely go first 3
times.
And I keep saying I'm not going to choose Syl. I wanted to really close. I was like, oh, I don't want to break my rule and say Syl again. I'm gonna say Tien. I gotta go Tien on this one. Because
I was gonna pick Tien
because my man,
he's a Fraggle Spren. He's a Fraggle Spren.
I don't know what that is.
Fraggle Rock.
Lost me.
Fraggle Rock.
On that one.
Fraggle Rock down and Fraggle Rock.
Oh my gosh, a Fraggle. I love the fact that you could put anything with Spren behind it and boom, it checks out. Fraggle Spren.
Fraggle Spren.
Oh my goodness.
Did you watch Fraggle Rock when you're?
What was the Constructo ones? The ones that made the little buildings.
It's so long since I watched Fraggle Rock.
Oh my gosh,
they were Muppets. It was Jim Henson made it. It was Fraggle Rock, and it was
Uncle Traveling Matt,
and they lived in the rocks, and they're little Fraggle Rock, and
Constructors.
Anyway, it was a crazy, trippy '80s, '90s.
It wasn't that trippy. Well, maybe I guess
it was.
That's right. There's an adult that lives in the house, but then behind the house is basically his cavernous region where the Fraggles live, and then out the back is like where these what they call doozers or dozers or something.
Yeah, dozers. Yeah,
they're like big Muppets.
Yeah,
it's like,
Muppets.
Well, how come the adults can't see the big dozers out there?
Oh my goodness! No, I'm unfamiliar with these Fraggles.
Oh man,
it's classic.
The dozers, but the little Constructo dudes. Let me find out. The builders.
It wasn't as trippy as like Dark Crystal, but it was.
Oh no, that's trippy.
That's trippy.
Oh, they're doozers. Okay, so doozers are the Constructo dudes. So what were the big dudes in the backyard then?
Oh wow. I can't remember. I mean, it's been so long since I watched Fraggle Rock.
Oh yeah, me too. Gorgs were the guys in the very backyard area. Yeah. So doozers, which makes sense. It's like bulldozer.
Or the builder guys, and then the little wild hair Fraggle guys that lived in the.
And the Fraggles, the Fraggles would eat the stuff they would construct, and then there was like one episode where the woke Fraggle was like, "We shouldn't be eating their buildings," and then the doozers were like, "We need you to eat our buildings. We can't build anymore." Oh my goodness, Fraggle Rock was ahead of his freaking time. The show checks out.
It was good. It was a good show.
Yes, it was great.
Gotta go check it out. Put on your homework tree. You gotta watch Fraggle Rock.
Oh my goodness, right. Alan, I really wish you had the ability to just throw up some Fraggle Rock images, man. Just like right now.
I can do it. Hold on. I can look up
just throw some Fraggle Rock images real quick. I mean, look, we're doing good on time.
Yeah,
people.
We're doing
Come
great.
On.
We're doing great on time.
We have only like 2 tangents.
All right, here we go. I'm gonna
throw up.
These are the main characters. So let me go ahead and share my screen, and we'll do here and boom, down Fraggle Rock. Yeah, those are the Fraggles.
Hooray!
Yeah,
There's the Fraggle. There's the Fraggles. The woke Fraggle I was talking about was the one on the left. Red. Name was.
But they say they got the big guys like there's.
That's the Gorg.
There's the Gorgs. Yeah. Oh, not that.
I have seen memes of these.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that checks out. Memes would definitely be like, yeah.
Yeah, Fraggle Rock.
And what was the one? Wembley? Is that his name? Wembley?
Sounds right. There's a bunch of them.
Yeah, he's the green dude. He's he's spastic though.
Yeah.
And then there's that chill dude right there. He's on pot. The green one with like red hair. He's
he's always the hippie dude.
Super chill. He's like, whatever, man.
Yeah. Cool. The theme song looks right free in my head. It does.
Oh my goodness, yes. I could sing it.
Yeah, the green one. The green one was Wembley. Yeah, the green one was Wembley. That's right.
Oh my goodness, I got something right. I cannot believe I got that right. Good call.
Good job, Rolando.
I cannot. The stuff I can pull from the recesses of my mind are insane sometimes. I'm
I'm impressed most of the time. You got some good stuff in there.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
Tien is Fraggle Sprint.
Fraggle Sprint is Tien. I love it so much.
Fraggle Sprint.
Yes. So that was my choice. I'm sorry. We've impinged a lot on Tree's time to say who her fave is. That's
okay. I didn't think you were gonna pick Tien, so I didn't even think of a backup.
Oh my goodness! I took your dude.
Yeah, and even now that we've had extra time, I didn't even spend the time thinking.
No, you know what's crazy though is I feel like a lot of times you say somebody and I'm like, I was so close to saying that person, but I was not going to say that person. This has got to be one of the first times it's actually happened that you and I were like honing in on the same individual.
I didn't even have a backup because I was like, I'm gonna pick Tien while I still can. That's my thought.
You can still choose Tien, absolutely.
I'm gonna choose the voice that says, "What are you?" I'm gonna choose the voice that says, "What are you?"
Yeah.
You mean the Who?
I mean, my second option was gonna be, I guess, that she's going to be a bad character and we're not supposed to like her, but I kind of like her anyway. And that is the new Bright Lord's wife that's replacing Lamoral.
I like her.
She just got bad bitch energy. I like it.
Yeah, I did like her energy. I was like,
she has a name.
What's her name? I don't remember.
Haslan.
Okay, but
okay.
I still also want to pick Tien because I think he deserves all the love.
You said what?
I still want to pick Tien because I think he deserves all the love.
Then you can choose Tien. I can go Yasna because that was my backup.
Okay, or I could pick Tien's horse.
Ooh, Tien's horse. the inanimate wooden water resistant horse.
Yeah, I mean we don't know if it's inanimate.
Yeah. That's right. We don't. Watch it come back.
We don't know anything anymore.
Watch it come back and gallop into our hearts.
Maybe that's where Tien's soul goes.
See, there you see. Now you know your shit's coming out.
This was just a couple of days ago. I was actually 2 weeks ago. Did you see the article where Stephen King's wife Tabitha wrote a letter to the editor? I did that on purpose. Do you see that?
Why? Why did she write a letter to the editor?
To a local newspaper. So they gave money to what was it? To the New England Historical and Genealogical Society. It was her idea, but the article said Stephen King and his wife give. That's what the headline said. Was Stephen King and his wife. So she wrote a letter to the editor saying, in the recent media coverage of a gift my husband and I made to the society, we became Stephen King and his wife. Wife is a relationship or a status, not an identity. You could have chosen lots of other things like of his old lady or of his ball and chain or of our mother of, she goes, my name's Tabitha, by the way. So
yeah,
you could have said Stephen and Tabitha King. And that's
wait, Alan. Okay, now I need you. This is what I'm going to have.
That's so bad though. Like
I have to demand this, Alan, because this meme is required to show right now.
Okay.
What is that?
In the movie The Rock.
Yeah.
Nicolas Cage goes to the grave of I can't remember the dude, and the grave site says the tombstone says his wife. And it's like,
oh my god.
What? So please, Alan, look this up. Pull up the image. It's from the Rock movie. The one Sean Connery and Nicolas Cage. And the tombstone says his wife. Please pull that image up because the dumbest thing I think I've ever seen in my life is the most misogynist thing I think I've ever seen in my life.
Okay, I literally was just about to say I full on lived this like in high school where my first boyfriend's name was Brandon. I was Brandon's girlfriend. People did not know my name. I was Brandon's girlfriend who hangs out in the library. And then after we broke up, I became Quentin's girlfriend. Once again, invited to parties.
I'm trying to find an image of it. I can't find one.
It's a true thing that happens.
Oh my goodness.
Okay? Only the men matter.
Yeah. So it was a great letter to the editor, though. I fully.
See, if I just don't get married ever again, I can actually have an identity.
Oh, it says his wife, Barbara Himmel. Is that?
Yes, that's it. Okay, if you can find that image,
I found it.
It's got her name on it, but it says his wife. And I'm like,
yeah.
Who's his?
Yeah. Here it is.
His wife.
So bad.
Yes, that.
Oh my god. That's
Notice
so
it never
weird.
says his name. It just says his wife.
His wife.
Up top, by the way.
Because his name's Himothy, all right? It's him. It's him.
It's Timothy. That's right.
It's Himothy.
Sure, let's go with that. Let's go with that.
It's Himothy.
It's just up top. It was just his wife, and then it's like her name underneath it.
At least her name is on it.
Her name is on it, but it was like it leads in with his wife. Like,
yeah, but if you look at the letter that Tabitha King wrote to,
she's property, right? Remember that. She's property.
Yeah.
She's his wife.
It's hard to forget.
Sorry.
Being a woman sucks sometimes.
Sucks a lot, ladies.
It does suck
sucks
a lot.
a lot.
I'm not gonna
Oh
lie.
my goodness.
It sucks a lot.
Every
But
time
at least we're cute.
air flip. Do it. Own it, Tree. Own it, Tree. Look, not even an emo flip, like a real flip. Like, hey.
We're cute property.
That's right.
It's
You're
like a
cute
puppy.
property. That's right. Like a puppy. Oh, no, it's the second puppy reference.
God, the
today.
world is broken.
Oh yeah, we're definitely broken.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So next week we'll be doing 2 chapters, just 2. They're really long chapters.
Oh, they must be really long chapters. You want to do it too?
Yeah.
Wow.
How many chapters till we end this part?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
I thought we were
So-
closer.
Well, no. So it's only 2 weeks away because we're doing 2 chapters this week, and then we're doing like 5 the next week because they're short.
Oh,
Oh, so
we're
it's
so
a
lucky.
Sander storm.
Sanderlanche.
Sanderlanche into the
I
park.
like Sanderstorm.
So actually,
too. It's
these
like Sandstorm.
2 chapters are
I like
longer than
Sandstorm
these
better.
than these 3 chapters. So it's long. They're long chapters.
Okay.
But yeah. So the chapter titles. So chapter 45 and 46 are let's see, Shadesmar, Shadesmar, and Child of Tanavast.
Did you say
Child
Shade
of-
Smart or
Shadesmar.
Shadesmar? Okay.
And Child of Tanavast.
Tanavast.
So it sounds like it's a place.
Yeah, it sounds like it's a place
Child
to me
of
too.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Those are the
Okay.
2 chapters we're doing. They're good chapters. Yeah, and then we're finishing part 3 the following week, which
Cool.
it's good. And then we're really diving into towards the end of the book at this point. After that, so things
We're
start to
getting
ramp
close
up.
to the end of the book.
We get close after that. We're pretty much on the downhill slope into the Sanderlanche. Yeah, it's not quite
Okay.
Sanderlanche yet, but we're coming over the hill, if that makes sense. About to take the plunge.
So how far are we into this book? Because I mean, I don't really have a chapter
There
count
are
that I can reference to.
75 total chapters.
Oh,
and
so we're only
we're-
halfway through then, right? Maybe a little bit more than halfway.
Yeah, we're more than halfway. We're crushing it.
Okay.
Oh, hold on.
Oh, we're definitely crushing it. But I just was wondering,
Yeah. I just needed to know because we need to coordinate our outfits for the end of the part.
So here we go. See, this is how much we have left. This is how much we've done. So
and we have to.
a little over halfway.
We definitely made some. Okay, we put in some work then. Okay.
Yeah.
So, and why do we have to coordinate our outfits, Tree? Help me out.
It just happened. Remember the first time we were finishing a part and we were wearing the same shirt?
wore red.
Oh, we have to.
It was just like not coordinated.
No, we
And
just
we
showed up
all
that way.
wore red.
We're
Yeah,
doing
but now we
Shadesmar.
coordinate it. It's
We're doing
tradition now.
Shadesmar. We'll have to do black.
Oh, I
But
have
that's not
plenty
the
of
end of
black
the part,
shirts.
is it?
Now,
No.
I still have no idea when I'm going to unveil my Scotch Thanks shirt. So I'm like
Ooh.
trying to figure out a good place to do that. I have not even put this shirt on. I've not even tried it on. I might put it on and mix it like a tent or like sausage, like oddly shoved into a tube. I have no idea. We'll get it figured
Oh,
out. but-
this is a shirt from them. It's my semester
Oh,
shirt.
stand up.
My semester. Plant
I drew
Supreme.
that.
Yeah, that's a tree drew this. Yeah, it's my
Oh, nice.
I'm actually pretty proud of
Plant
it.
Supreme. Oh, it's my favorite shirt. It is my favorite shirt. It has chlorites, right? Yeah.
Of course, all I think of when I read that is all I think of is Idiocracy.
That's what the point. That's the point of it. Yeah.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Thank you, because I love that.
Yeah,
I was talking with somebody about it. Actually, that was a trivia.
Yeah, it says right here
today.
What plants crave?
Thank you. So that actually came with a trivia question, and me and some other people there got into like the craziest like tangent talking about Idiocracy. It just could not stop. They were like, "Can we move on with the game?" I was like, "Yes, I'm sorry. It's just one of my favorite movies." And I've loved that movie since it came out because I'm a huge Mike Judge fan. So I'm any opportunity I get to talk about that movie, I'm all in.
I actually just watched it a few weeks ago because Alan always talks about it. So I'm like, what is this?
Did you watch it?
I'm talking about.
I love that movie from minute one until the end.
The whole time you're
wait, this is the show? This
I'm gritty. I mean, even when they talk about the couple at the beginning, the straight-laced couple at the beginning,
that's it.
I'm crying. It's like laughing at this thing, and they're like,
"Honey, I'm pregnant again."
He died.
I had like a few of these. Like,
I love it.
It's a very good social commentary on.
Man, it's the best. It's the best.
So Plant Supreme. The reason why we made this shirt was because of Semestia, who is the Green Man in Wheel of Time. That's his name. We asked our fans and people at the reads to figure out where that name comes from, and they figured out it was a mixture between Sanskrit and Old Hindi, like not modern Hindi, but it's two languages blended together and literally means supreme plant. If you take Sanskrit and Hindi,
okay.
So and mesh the languages together. So I was like, supreme plant supreme, and then we got a whole entire like Brano, like beef supreme.
You can tell that.
Crave.
Yes.
So that's where the shirt came
from.
Semestia, Plant Supreme. That's what
I love the origination story.
So it's a very deep cut for Wheel of Time fans, but it's I love the show.
Nope, love it. I like everything about it.
What?
Is it still available to buy?
Yeah, it printed nicely too.
It's in our
okay. I might have to pick that up because
the Will Reed merch store. Yeah.
If something crosses over into two things I like, pop culture and a book series that I've read,
it's a deep cut because you wear you're like
I don't care now that I know
Idiocracy. Like, what are you? Why?
Like, yeah. And even if you don't know any of those things, it just looks like you're wearing a random brand shirt.
Yeah, it looks like a random
those are the best ones when people don't know.
It's subtle. Yeah.
It looks like you're just like a plant person because plants craving Semestra, something like some plant company.
Now, of course, you guys know if you guys made all of these like shirts into like soccer jersey type shirts, I would like instantly buy all of them, right? Because that's all I wear is soccer jerseys. I'm like so cool. So I would like one soccer jersey version of one shirt.
That is a conversation to have with Jen.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna make it happen.
Because she orders the shirts and stuff, but she might do like a custom thing.
Yeah, she could probably do it.
Yeah. I would love to just have one, but unfortunately, I mean, these things can be expensive though because of the type of material and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I did know a guy that is kind of still in the community, but not so much anymore. But like he ordered I think it was like a football jersey from somewhere, like that does jersey specifically. And then I did a design for him to go onto that jersey.
See, because that's what I can do. I've got places I can get soccer jerseys made, but I just need to have like the raw images.
Yeah.
And they can like set it up.
Usually.
Ooh, lady, we need to talk.
Especially if I already have the designs, like the ones that I did for Alan, I just like, oh, here you go.
Yeah, because usually it's not on the back. It's like usually the back is just like your name, which I'll just get like my name, letters.
Like Doughboy.
I usually just do McLeese, like my last name.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
I only had Doughboy on one jersey, and no one read it right because Doughboy, the way I spell it, is Doboy, and some people don't know how to pronounce that.
So in high school, this was like I think it was Ian who did this. Like for our swim team, they made fleeces for all of us and had our like name on there. And the day that that I was that they were ordering them or filling out the forms, I was like out sick or something like that. So I just told Ian to fill my form out for me to get like the stuff. He didn't tell me either until it came, and they printed it. The school printed it, so it was official like school like swim team like fleece like logo and everything like that. And the name was Ghetto Kid. Like, like just something random. Like I was like, no, I can't wear this. Like, thanks. I don't think I ever wore it. Yeah. It was weird. Yeah.
I mean, and I get it. Maybe he's trying to be ironic, but no.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah. No. Doesn't check out.
Yeah.
Man, well, all you need to do is go in front of the wrong school with that joint.
Exactly.
Somebody can be like, meet me outside.
Yeah, meet me outside. Yeah. Nah, I don't think I ever wore it because I was like, okay, thanks. So I think I mentioned that right away.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm surprised the school even printed it. Like,
yeah, you said it's official through the school. It wasn't like through like a third party
through the school. Like,
I'm like, God.
Well, the school approved it.
Man, or maybe the person who was just doing it was just basically like rubber stamping and just like just trying to finish my job.
I'm volunteering. Maybe Ian paid that guy off.
Maybe, I don't know. It was something. He was trying to be funny. He's probably trying to get you beat up. No, I mean, it's high school.
Yeah, he was definitely trying to get you beat up.
I went to Heritage, so it was downtown Newport News.
And that's the reason why I'm saying, dude, that would have not flown, especially because they knew you were not from that area.
Yeah, I went to school in an area that was rough. So
yeah, Heritage is right up the street from places that I know.
Yeah. Stuff you don't want to wear down there, huh? Yeah.
Yep. For all my Roanoke and 16th Street people watching this podcast, which none of them are.
None of them are watching this.
All my downtown people, rep the hood. Let's go.
Good old Heritage.
They're like, what?
Good old Heritage. I haven't been back in years. Should I get back to high school? Say hi.
My sister works for Achievable Dream, which is right down the street.
Right next door. Yeah.
Yeah. So she works there.
Dream's a great.
Of course, Achievable Dream though is like, it's a basically they pull in money. They get scholarships and donations and all that kind of stuff. And she's an accountant for them. So she's handling that money.
Achievable Dream's done well.
Oh, gotta make that money.
Yeah, that's a good.
Who's that little Dicky? Little Dicky.
Yeah. Oh my God, I love Little Dicky.
That song, I was so addicted to it. I know that thing.
Yeah.
You said your cousin?
I know every word of that. Is so embarrassing.
Yeah. Wait, you said your cousin's an accountant for them?
That's my twin sister is actually an accountant for them.
What's her name?
Yeah.
What's your first name?
Nikia.
Why do I think I know her?
She just started about a year and a half, 2 years ago.
Okay. No, it's not her.
Song, Get That Money though.
It's not
on
her.
A loop tree. On a loop tree. I could do that thing. I can see me and you right now riding down the street.
We'll talk about this offline. I'm not gonna start name dropping on the podcast.
Get that money.
Anyways.
I love it. I also really loved the Too High song.
Oh yeah. Did you watch the show, by the way? I didn't watch the show.
I watched one episode of it, but
I was not a fan of it, so it's just one of my thing. But hey,
oh no, I forgot my chicken nuggets from the first verse.
Oh my goodness, we go. Look, don't get me saying the rap out loud.
Okay, we're never gonna end this podcast if we keep going.
All right, so I know. The Cosby Reads. It's a website where you can find links to our merchandise, where you can buy Scott Stink shirts. Also find links to Discord, where you didn't find links to other merchandise sites like the Will Reads. Go to their website too. Support us on Patreon, all the good stuff. Don't forget to like, subscribe, all that fun stuff, and helps the algorithm. So that's all I got.
Also, go to JordanCon and hang out with Orlando.
Yeah, I might be giving it out a
No, I do not want sympathy hangouts, people. I do not want sympathy hangouts. Nope. If you're going, great. I will be there.
Never mind. Orlando hates you. Don't go.
Yeah, Orlando hates you.
Look. This was like This is what my old family relatives, they always do this, look. And they see it like 30 times. Look. Anyway, I will be there. If you are there, I would love to hang out. Let's share a cocktail. Let's do a whiskey together. However, do not feel like you have to come seek me out. I will be fine. There's going to be some soccer on that weekend. I'll be all right. I'll watch a soccer game on TV. I'll be good.
There's a Cosmere track. So, yeah, anyway, see y'all later. Right. Okay, bye.
Bye, y'all.
Thank you for watching the Cosmere Reads.
Gosh dang, gosh dang fresh. Gosh dang, gosh dang fresh.